Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Lindsay Ruffin, marketing strategist and small business advisor, and my co-host is Sharon Reed, owner of RX Catering. Sharon is an OG in the catering game. She's been at it for 18 years now. Since she left corporate America to pursue catering full time, and she's here today. We're doing these hot seat sessions as just a way to help some folks along who are trying to start catering businesses or have a catering business, and you just need some help to get yourself to the next level. Want to be able to ask some questions, and a lot of people, I understand, normally you don't have the opportunity to engage somebody like Sharon because she's so busy. The successful caterers are really busy. They don't have time to just be answering questions and such. So Sharon has been very generous enough to afford us some time where we're going to be able to ask some questions and get answers. And the way we're doing this is through the hot seat application. Today we're going over the application from, see if I, Chef Kadeen. I hope I'm pronouncing her name correctly. Chef Kadeen Catering LLC. She submitted an application for a hot seat review. So we're going to review her application. We'll review the information that she provided in her application and share our guidance, our recommendations based on what she says her objectives are. And Sharon's going to handle the catering aspect of it. I'm going to handle the marketing aspect of it. And for anyone who's participating live, you have the opportunity to type questions in the Zoom chat, and we will try to answer those as well. So, Sharon, let's get started.
Let's get started. I'm super excited because this is when I was going through, and if I keep looking down, it's because, of course, I have my notes here on each of our hot seat chefs. And I just want to make sure that I'm thoroughly going through some of the questions that were on the application. So, Miss Chef Kadeen, and again, I think Lindsay, if we're mispronouncing it, apologies, but we're going to go with Chef Kadeen. That sounds nice. She has been in business for 1 to 3 years, and she is currently focused on a Jamaican soul food type themed entree that she's catering towards. And she does full service, and also she will do drop off service from anywhere from 2 to 200 plus people. So the first thing that I saw when she filled out everything, which I don't see a lot for new small business owners, is one, she has her business license, which is amazing because a lot of times people don't understand that you go through a process of actually being qualified, certified as a business. You're more credible. And I think that she took the first step, and that was awesome. And then she also indicated that she is actually insured. And for those new caterers that are getting their foot out there and starting up their business, you have to have insurance. I mean, just in general, just business insurance coverage, because in the food industry, sometimes things happen. It's not our fault, but you just want to make sure that you're covered and protected. And it's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. So she is off on a great foot in regard to that. Now, one thing that she did indicate is that when she does full service catering, she does have a staff that she utilizes on a pretty consistent basis, which I think in the catering industry and world, that's a plus to have, because one, as a caterer or as a chef, you have your own style, your own flow, your own way that you do things. Here at Arts Catering, we cook with love. So all of anyone that works with me and works in the kitchen or even at events knows our tagline: we cook with love. So if you have that consistent group of people that you're working with and implementing into your catering business and into your event service, that's going to be a plus. Now, what if she didn't have that? It's okay that if she didn't have that, there are resources out there where if you need extra help, you can hire a third party, and we can talk about that another time. But it seems like she has that together now. What she did indicate was that she is only doing events 1 to 2 times a month. Now, if this is her full time gig, she's not paying the bills, I don't think. I mean, unless these are $1 million contracts, which I don't think is the case. If it is, kudos. But she's not going to actually, if she wants to do this full time, which she actually put on the application, then she's going to actually need to increase her number of events. Now, for me, when I first got started, I had a niche kind of type of catering. My background is was pharmaceutical sales, and so we used a ton of catering companies when I was in the industry. So I started off primarily catering to hospitals, doctors' offices. I utilize sales reps. So maybe for her, if she has a connection, and I think she's in New York, if she has a connection of some sort where she could get her foot in the door and kind of target those people, maybe she could start off with generating more leads that way and get more opportunity. We're going to actually look at some of the questions that she wanted to address towards the end, but she does not have weekly reoccurring clients. And honestly, for someone that's been in business for 1 to 3 years, it can be a challenge. I mean, if I didn't have my target group of people that I was focusing on, I probably wouldn't have had as many opportunities in the beginning myself. It just worked out to where I utilize my network of people and I capitalize off of it. So that's what I would encourage anyone that is actually getting into the business and you're trying to find that business out there, how you can get started in that regard. So I don't know, Lindsay, if you want to, there are some questions that she had. I don't know if you want me to address that right now. One of her questions was how to stay consistent, but I think the whole marketing part is going to play into, some of the answers if you want to address that.
Yeah. So for the marketing aspect, number one, first recommendation is that the chef get a website, because right now the link that she provided, and I'll bring it on screen, is just her Instagram account. This was the only link she provided in the application, and the Instagram account, the link in the bio is for DoorDash, which is, I mean, that can work. You can do that, I guess, to start out. It has a menu here. I'm presuming that this is a menu specific to her business, but
Mm-hmm.
really what you want to do is use a dedicated platform that you're a customer of, because right now, where you're paying for support, where you're paying for services, because right now with DoorDash, if they just decide that they want to change things up and it has an adverse impact on your business, there's really nothing you can do about it. This is the same as using social media as your primary tool for your business. If you don't have a website that you're actually paying for as a customer, you don't really have any recourse if they decide to change things up. So number one, I would recommend getting a website, and two, for your ordering platform, a much better platform that does what DoorDash is doing here, but is going to be pay off for you much better as a business owner, is a platform called Honeycart. Honeycart is is custom built for caterers. I can't recommend it highly enough. This guy named Omar is one of the co-owners. I've talked to him a number of times with different clients of mine, and the service that they provide here for making your life easy in terms of processing catering orders is second to none. This is just really a fantastic platform that anybody running a catering business should take a look at and see if it's going to work for you better than what you're currently doing. But if we go back to Chef Kadeen's Instagram account, this is these numbers kind of don't add up. This is probably what a lot of people do, is pay a marketing agency or some type of pseudo marketing agency And what they do is get you a bunch of fake followers. Because to have 13,500 followers off of just 112 posts, it um it looks suspicious. It may be legitimate. It may be. She has 13,000 legitimate followers, and if she does, then fantastic. But if not, then followers don't equal revenue. Um, we let me see. Look at some of the other questions that she had.
How often
Which
does
which
she?
which platform do you use the most? Instagram. How often do you post? Once in a while. Yeah, once in a while posting doesn't work on any platform. I don't care what it is. You have to be consistent. And you have to be consistent in accordance with whatever the expectations are for that particular platform. TikTok and Instagram are greedy. They want you posting all the time, every day, multiple times a day. And most busy adults are not able to keep up with that pace. So the time that you do spend on there is really not effective because you're not posting enough to be seen and get the benefits that you're trying to get. So you're just putting time into it that's never going to really deliver a result for you. This is why I recommend YouTube. YouTube is the best thing going in terms of the social media platforms, particularly for chefs, the audience that I target. For a chef, there's nothing better than having your own full-length cooking show, and YouTube is the only platform where you can do that and have it really take off for you. People go to YouTube to watch a video. They're not there to scroll the way they are on Instagram and TikTok. People go to Instagram and TikTok to see how many videos they can watch in a couple of minutes. People go to YouTube to watch you for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, an hour, whatever. People go to YouTube to learn, to tune in and watch one person, one creator, and stay with them over a span of minutes. And this is how you can position yourself to be the caterer of choice, the private chef of choice, how you can drive traffic to your restaurant or your food truck. This is how you build relationships and establish yourself as the premium chef that people want to hire. YouTube, half of people watch YouTube on their television. So if you have a cooking show on YouTube, you have a cooking show on TV, you are putting yourself into the homes of your ideal clients on the big screen TV, and they're spending time with you 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, like I said, at a pop. And every week, and that's the other thing, you only have to post on YouTube once a week. So you make your once a week video, you post your once a week video, and you're getting to spend significant quality time with the people who you want as clients. They're seeing you and determining that you're the right fit for them and their event needs. And they reach out to you and you just, that's your marketing. So to address the once in a while thing and which platform she's using Instagram and she's only posting once in a while, I recommend going to YouTube and posting once a week. And going back to let's see what else we got here. This Instagram account is problematic. I have to point this out because this business owner is hurting herself, and so it's not helpful for us to not be candid about. Oh, I gotta switch back so y'all can see it. Yeah, it's not helpful if I'm not candid about what I see here that's hurting her. And so we're going to start with the very first post, the most recent post on her Instagram account. And I'm going to caution everybody, if you got children in the room, go ahead and take this time to get rid of them, or put your headphones on, or turn the volume down, or pause this video, or whatever. But parental advisory on some of these posts on her account that she's supposed to be using to grow her business. So let's go ahead and start with this first one.
Ready to bust this pussy open. God sent me the fuck down. Every motherfucking time he said no. Sit down. And you know what I did? I sat my ass down. Every motherfucking time. Every motherfucking time. I plan to open my legs. God give me a reason to close them. Amen. 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 Every time I be about ready to bust this pussy open, God sit me the fuck down.
Okay, so what kind of customers do you expect to attract with that? Like, if you're trying to grow a business of any type, I don't know what place that has on any of your official accounts, and you probably would want, if you're doing that kind of stuff on your private account, um, make it a private account, your personal account rather, make it a private account so people in general can't access it. But um, this is the account, the official account for her business. You see all of these other posts where she's promoting her private chef business, her catering business rather, and these are also problematic. Not just not in the same way. Well, not all of them. Is kind of a mixed bag. If I click on some of these, there's going to be more explicit stuff. I don't know which ones are which, but for many of them, it's the same thing that I see with a lot of chefs. Is this popular thing of posting whatever audio track is the popular thing to use on Instagram this week, is whether it's a music track or it's somebody, an audio track, a voiceover where somebody's talking about being on the grind or hustling, and I'm putting in this work, support my business, and you're just using this voiceover like everybody's using the same ones. And what happens is, if you just keep doing this, as most people do, many chefs I see doing, I can go to your Instagram account and never actually hear your voice. Every video is a reel where you're using some audio, whether it's a voiceover, another person's voice, or it's music, and every single post is something like that, to where I never actually hear your voice. I don't know who you are. I don't know who I would be hiring. That is not the way to get clients. The best clients, any decent client, is going to want to at least know who you are. Like, people are busy. If I go to your Instagram account and I can't even hear your voice and see who you are, and I go to somebody else's Instagram account and there's a bunch of videos where it's just them speaking plainly and clearly the way we would communicate if we met face to face, I'm going with that other person. They made it easy. People are busy. You have to make yourself the easy choice, and you make yourself the hard choice by having an account where there's nothing but other people's audio, to where I don't even know who you are. I don't know what you sound like. And these things are important, particularly if you're talking about trying to get premium catering opportunities, premium private chef opportunities. These people are not just bringing anybody in front of their friends and family, their business associates or whoever. You got to look the part. You have to give them a high level of confidence that you're going to make them look good, and make sure that their guests have a fantastic time. And you cannot do that with these generic posts that everybody makes on Instagram. So let's go back and look at a couple of them here so you see what I'm talking about. I'm just picking these at random.
Consistency, 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 man. That's the name of the game, bro. If you keep going every single day and don't stop, you.
So let's try another one.
Consistency, 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 man. That's the name of the game, bro.
I'm picking these at random. She's got that audio on a number of them. Let's try this one.
When it feels scary to jump, Ian, that is exactly when you jump. When it feels scary.
So let's go. Let's try something else. How about this one?
Baby, I may be a lot of things, but being a good mother is on the top of that motherfucking list. So when y'all talk y'all shit, don't forget, I handle mines. Yep, don't forget that. Don't forget that. Don't forget that. Good day, the fuck. Baby.
Yeah, so that's another one with profanity, and I don't know what kind of clients are you trying to get if this is your official account and this is the kind of stuff that you're posting. So I would say my recommendation would be to do a scrub of this account. Well, it really depends on what your objectives are. If you are trying to grow this business and have premium clients, which should be everyone's objective, to make the most amount of money with the least amount of work. You're going to do a catering job that you can charge $1,000 for, or find a different client and they pay you $5,000. Why would you choose the $1,000 clients when you can choose the $5,000 clients for the exact same amount of work? So if you're trying to get those premium clients, you want to be the chef who only has to do one event a week and be enjoying a fantastic life because you're able to charge those premium rates. This is not the way to do that. You gotta clean this Instagram account up, be more business oriented in what you're posting. Everything you post on your official social media accounts must be targeted at your ideal client. It has to speak to their needs. It has to speak to the problems that they're having and the solutions that you offer. And it has to make you look like the premium option that has the solution that they're looking for. And that's not how you do it. That's just not how you do it. So I hope everybody else, not speaking just to this particular chef, because what I see here, I see a lot. I see a lot of Instagram accounts for caterers, restaurant owners, private chefs, and I see what this is representative of a lot of them. Not so much the profanity. She's like next level with that, and not in a good way, but with the voiceover stuff and the audio tracks, everybody's doing that because they see everybody else doing that, and it's not really working for anybody. It's just folks who don't know what they're doing following other folks who don't know what they're doing. Let's see what else we got here. So your revenue target for your cooking show, $10,000 a month. That's very achievable. That's not ambitious at all. That's very achievable. It's just basic math. So to get to your $10,000 a month, the methodology I recommend is a private membership community where where people pay you for access to your online cooking classes, where you're publishing one video a week, one pre-recorded video a week, and then you can also do live streams or whatever else you want to do inside your private membership community. Just think of it like your version of the Food Network, where you can do whatever you want to do. And people pay you for access to that, to the education and the entertainment that you provide. So if you charge just $35 a month, all you need is 300 clients, 300 paying subscribers, and that's your $10,000 a month. And so that's the difference between getting customers versus social media followers. Because remember, we looked at her account. She has 13,500 social media followers. If she had just 300 paying subscribers for her online cooking classes, that's her $10,000 a month right there. That is a work from home business from you publishing one cooking video per week. So for your revenue target chef, for $10,000 a month, that's how you get there. That's one way to get there. Just $35 a month, which is not even a premium. That's not even the top end of what you can charge for a private membership community. Just $35 a month. All you need is 300 customers, and there's your 10 grand a month. Obviously, you don't get all of those people at once. You start out with 2 or 3, 5, 10, turns into 20, turns into 50, turns into 100, and then you grow it over time to build it up to whatever your revenue target is. Your cooking show goal, I'm looking at the application. Your goal is showing people like you, showing people who look like you that it's possible. That's a noble ambition. I would say, okay, let's go back to your Instagram account and see what are you showing people now? Is that what you want to be showing? You know, is that how you want to be presenting yourself? So let's take a look at that. Oh, there's something else that's problematic on here on the Instagram account. That is the one time I get to hear your voice and hear you speak is one of these two posts where you're on a podcast talking about Beyond Meat not being really vegan because it's how can it be vegan if it has blood in it? The Beyond Meat burgers, and everybody in the comments pointed out that it's not blood, it's beet juice. Like everybody knows that that's beet juice. You you can't be on. You're discrediting yourself as a chef with something like that. That's just flat out wrong. Like I don't know how you even thought that that was blood and that they were selling it and nobody figured out that it's not really a vegan burger. So I would say whichever one of these is that has that in it, I'm not sure which one. I would recommend go ahead and taking that down because it's discrediting you as a food industry professional to say that a plant-based burger has blood in it when it's beet juice. There's other reasons that Beyond Meat is not the Beyond Burger is not good. You know, it's a bunch of sodium in it and all this other stuff, but there's definitely no animal products in it. So yeah, that is all my notes on the marketing review. I know some of that may sting, but it's stopping you from making money. Everything that I pointed out is stopping you from making money. So if you want to increase your revenue and really grow this business, that's what this is for. So you want to come back with some of those questions that she had, Sharon?
Sure. So one of her questions that she wanted to ask was, "How do I stay consistent?" So that's a great question. I mean, but a lot of it is just going with the flow, and then also having that grit and the determination to keep going. I've been in business, as Lindsay said, 18 years, and I could probably write a book. I could have a bestseller. I could have a reality show and a movie on all the trials and tribulations that I've gone through. All learning lessons. And I turn a lot of things into a learning lesson. And I've had some expensive lessons. And that's why one of the reasons why I'm here is to make sure that you all don't go through those same lessons that I went through, because it's definitely avoidable. And I think having that group of people, when you ask about consistency, having that group of people that you're surrounded by and with helps being consistent. Having a plan in place, the friends and the family that I have in my circle, they're motivators. And without them, I probably wouldn't be where I am right now. So my consistency is one of twofold. One, I want to do better for myself, but I also want to make the people proud that are in my corner, that are on my team. I don't want to disappoint anyone. I'm very competitive, and that's part of the consistency part too. You're going to have trials and tribulations. You're going to have major wins, but you have to actually keep going and not stop when something is hard for you. So that's the best answer that I can say about being consistent. And as far as what I do, your routine may be a little bit different. But I think you need just to have something in place as far as goals and look at them. I don't know if anyone on here has ever done a vision board, but I try to do a vision board every year and look at it. And if I could show you my vision board right now, there are a lot of things on there that are motivating and driving me to be consistent. And if I look at that vision board, it's actually right above my desk. I can look and say, you know what, when I'm having a bad day, how is that going to motivate me to be consistent? There's a goal on there. There's something in place that I want to make sure that I achieve. And then one of your questions was, how do I keep going when I see no results? Girlfriend, that is going to be something that you're going to have to just deep dig and keep going. I'll give you an example. A lot of times, and Lindsay mentioned it a little bit earlier, a lot of times people look at social media for likes, comments, loves, or whatever, shares. You cannot base everything off of that because, quite frankly, social media is what people want you to see. It's all the good things. 9 times out of 10, someone's not going to post something bad. I mean, bad as far as like detrimental to them. We would hope not. But Lindsay did highlight some things on this young lady's page, this chef's page, that probably could be changed and addressed. But when you see no results, I use social media a lot of times when I'm speaking to other people, as far as you can't use that as a gauge. What are the results? What are your goals that you're trying to strive to attain to get to? So if you're not seeing progress as far as in that regard, then let's circle back and reassess and maybe develop a different plan to get to those results. Um, I'm religious. I'm a believer, and so a lot of times I actually I like to pray. So if I'm not seeing the results that I'm seeing, then I'm going to go to my source. So that plays into it. And not everybody, has that source, but a lot of times you have to ask yourself, what are you looking to achieve in order to gauge how do you keep going when you don't see the results? So that's what I would throw back to you too, and ask, what, ultimately, are you trying to have daily business? I mean, I have daily business. I have contracts with schools where we cater to them every day. Are you trying to do that? Or are you just trying to do the 1 and 2 events that you mentioned in the application? So I would actually ask that back to you. And then let's see, you said, well, your last question that you asked, and I think Lindsay kind of handled that answer. You said, what am I doing wrong in my business? Um, and the huge thing that I saw, honestly, I was when I clicked on that first post, I was like, whoa, what? Huh? And then I started looking through a couple other posts, and I was trying to make the relation. A lot of times we do, and I'm at fault too. I use social media and sometimes some of the latest trends, but I try to make it relatable. So, what is it that they're saying that is relatable? I mean, Lindsay gave you some great guidance and feedback on why you shouldn't use the pre-recorded sounds, if you will, in the background, or voices. And I very rarely do, but I think maybe the 1 or 2 times that I have, it's relatable to what I'm showing, in the video or in the reel. There, we pointed out a couple other things that what you aren't doing, what you're doing wrong. As far as the platform, you want to make it so easy for people to order. When I clicked on trying to see what you had, now I will say one of the great things that she did was some of the pricing for her entrees. I don't know if that was a price that DoorDash gave or implemented, or if that is your price. But then we have to talk about that too, is how do we come up with pricing when we're looking at our entrees? And as Lindsay's showing you, the DoorDash platform, the pictures on here look great. These look amazing. And that's a great thing that you're doing. I wouldn't always go to the negative as far as what are you doing wrong in your business. I mean, we've already talked about that through the dialogue, but these are some great things that you're doing on this particular platform that we already recommended that you change. Pictures speak 1,000 words. And as you all know, people purchase and buy, and when they look at a picture, they're like, oh, I want that. Hopefully you can deliver on it and make sure that it looks like that picture. But you want to make sure that just like on her platform, you have some good pictures, and that people it's inviting to them and they want to purchase that. So kudos to you on that, as far as the pictures and some of the pricing that I did preliminarily see. But we could probably brush that up a little bit more, as far as being intentional on why you came up with that pricing. I don't know, just because I'm only seeing what I see, and I don't have any, follow-up questions where we have some dialogue. So based upon that and the questions that you submitted, I think, for someone to even submit an application, honestly, for us to go through and give feedback, based upon our experience, I give you props, because it's hard to receive feedback. We as women in general, too, we can be a little sensitive. So sometimes we don't want to hear everything that people have to tell us. But from one black chef, female chef to another, I think you have a lot of potential. And I don't think you should stop what you're doing. You need to be a little more intentional, as both Lindsay and I have kind of spelled out earlier. But for you to even give us this opportunity, this platform to put yourself out there, I think is awesome. It's a great first start for you to actually excel your business to the next level.
Yeah, one thing I want to add to that, what Sharon just said, is I forgot to mention it. I'm glad that's why she's here. She helps me with this kind of thing. What I pointed out was the stuff that needs to get fixed on that Instagram account. What I forgot to mention is that I can see somebody who clearly has superior talent. The dishes that are on there, if I close my ears and just look, the stuff that I see you preparing is clear that you're passionate about what you do and highly skilled. Not just passion is not good enough. You got to have skill. And I can see the skill, the high level of skill. And I know what what type of commitment it took to develop that skill. What I'm saying is don't undermine it with this other stuff, because that other stuff is all people will see and all they will remember. When you don't need that stuff. And not only do you not need it, it's actually taken away from all of the work you've put in to develop the skills that you have as a chef. The stuff that's on your channel, just in terms of the food itself, is fantastic. That other stuff that I talked about, gotta get rid of that. That stuff gotta go.
And I would say just that, for anyone that is, pursuing or wants to be a chef, or just a caterer, what exactly motivates you? Why do you want to do this? At the end of the day, you have to ask yourself that. And that goes back to her question about being consistent. If you're going to be consistent with things, you got to have a passion and a drive, and know what motivates you to get to the end line, the finish line.
Right, Sharon. I think we've covered everything for this particular chef. Anyone who would like to apply for a hot seat review of your catering business, use the link in the description box to fill out the application. And if you're selected, you will see yourself, your business featured in one of these videos, just like what you saw here. We're here to help. Like Sharon said, sometimes it's gonna, it may sting or it may bite a little bit, but we're not helping you by pretending like something that needs to get fixed isn't there. If we don't point it out, we're not helping you. So just keep that in mind. Yeah, we'll be doing this again. This is it's temporary for right now. We're just trying this out to see how this goes. So look for this live stream every Wednesday. No, it's Thursday at 2 p.m. So if you're on my email list, you'll get notified. You can sign up and all of that. You can, participate in the Zoom chat. And yeah, so if you have a catering business that you're trying to go ahead and apply for a hot seat review. And if not, you can just watch and enjoy and maybe learn something. So thank you for those of us who joined us, and we'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks.